Did I ever tell you about the time that my father in spirit got me out of a speeding ticket? So, where I live, it's a very large city, and I was driving on the freeway here. And if you're doing the speed limit, which is 65, you're in trouble. It's very scary here. When you're doing 65, people are passing you like you're standing still or walking practically. So, if you're not doing like 85, everybody's passing you. And so the speed limit's 65 here, and I was doing 75. And I'm just minding my own business. It happened to be like a really great day, beautiful outside. I remember it clear as day. And I'm driving in the far left fast lane, and I'm doing 75, and people are just flooring it around me. And so I start to move over to get out of the way like a courteous driver should. And as I'm getting over to get out of the way, my father gives me the signal that there are police officers up ahead doing radar. Now, my dad and I used to love to ride motorcycles together. And if you guys don't know, if you haven't followed my channel, my dad was killed by somebody in 2014. And so we used to love to ride motorcycles together. And before he passed away, we rode motorcycles all the time. And now I don't like to ride without my dad. It's just something that is very emotional for me to think about riding my motorcycle without him. So I haven't ridden in a really long time. So I'm getting over and I get the signal and I thought, did I make this up? Maybe I'm just nostalgic missing my dad. Maybe this is just something I'm thinking of because I miss riding motorcycles, like all the doubts that come in. And especially when you're learning mediumship and you're trying to figure out your flow and how you work, these doubts are going to creep in every single time. And I started my mediumship journey when he was killed in 2014. At the time that I'm recording this, it's almost 2026. So I've been doing it for a really long time, and those doubts don't come in as often. Once in a while they will, but most of the time they don't. But when this happened, it was around 2020, 2019. And so my dad comes in, he gives me the signal as I'm getting over to get out of the way. And I mean, people are passing me like I am standing still. And I'm doing 75, which is scary in and of itself. There's no reason to be flooring it at 75 miles an hour on a freeway. That was my bad anyway. So I think to myself, okay, I know what this signal is. I know that it means there's police officers up ahead. I'm learning at this time around 2019, 2020, when this happened, I'm learning to really trust myself because as somebody who's doing mediumship and learning how to become a medium and learning how they work as a medium, it's very important that you trust yourself and you believe in yourself. And over time, the more that you allow your intuition to flow, the more you pay attention to it and write it down, remember it, process it, the more it's going to become easy for you, the more that it's going to flow easily for you. Now, of course, this is 2019, 2020, and I hadn't been doing all of the nervous system work that I teach my students now. Nervous system work is extremely important when you're doing mediumship. And so I slow down, I get to 65, and I'm getting over out of the way. And again, people are passing me like I'm walking. Some of them are honking. It's very scary where I live. So up ahead, 2 bridges. I kid you not, there were police officers up there pulling people over, giving them tickets. Now, I was just randomly driving down the freeway. I was singing and bopping and enjoying myself driving on the freeway. And this thought, this image, my dad comes into my mind and tells me, there's police officers up ahead. You need to slow down. The signal is what motorcyclists give each other to say, hey, there's police officers up there. And I'm sure it's fine, but I don't know if there is like some unwritten code to not say what it is. So I don't want to say what the signal is, but my dad came in, he gave me the signal, I slowed down, and sure as shit, there's police officers 2 bridges up, pulling people over, giving them tickets. I mean, there was like 4 5, maybe 6 police officers on motorcycles right there, pulling people over left and right, giving them tickets for speeding. Your friends and family in spirit, they are part of your lives every single day. They are always with you. And when you're open to it, when you allow your intuition to flow, to be open, to have connection, you can receive messages from your friends and family in spirit. Now, I am a psychic medium. I teach students how to go way, way deeper in their mediumship through nervous system regulation. And I teach a science-based, science-backed method to open and expand your nervous system, regulate your nervous system so that you can channel or give mediumship readings or do your psychic work in a clear and confident way. And so this was obviously way, way before that. I hadn't started doing that, but I was learning to trust myself. I was learning to say, you know what? I got this piece of information. It came to me for a reason, and I'm going to trust this. I'm going to believe in this. I'm going to know in my soul, in my body, that my dad really did come to me. And sure enough, he did. My dad in spirit came to me to give me the signal that motorcycles give each other to say, hey, there's a police officer up ahead. You need to slow down. So again, all of this is about trust. It's about going for it. Do you know how many times after my father was killed and I was telling people, I'm going to learn how to become a medium to connect with him. I'm going to do this. And how many times people said to me, that's the devil. You're disgusting. You can't. You won't. You're going to burn in hell. There's no such thing. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I cannot tell you the type of messages I receive from people about mediumship. And thank God I did not listen to that. Thank God I followed my own heart. I knew as soon as my father was killed that I was going to do this. I knew that I was going to learn how to keep him in my life. I knew in my heart that I could learn how to become a medium. I'd never had a mediumship or psychic experience my entire life. Never, not one time. And after my dad was killed, I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to dedicate myself to this. And so since 2014, I have been learning and studying and growing as a medium, growing as a person, as a soul. And I'm so thankful for moments like this because I knew it was real. I knew I could do this. I knew that I could keep my father in my life. I knew that he would always be there for me. He would always be with me. He would always help me. And I knew that I could do it. I knew that I could connect to him. And this moment just proved all of that magic in literally 6 seconds, 7 seconds. It took for him to pop into my mind, show me this sign, and 2 bridges up, sure as hell, he was right. If you want to learn how to connect to your friends and family, if you want to learn, if you're already a psychic medium and you want to learn how to go deeper, how to do more, how to have more, how to regulate your nervous system so that your channel can be open, confident, free, flowing, beautiful, I would love to help you with that. I would love to be a part of your journey. I would love to share more with you. I have so many offers, so much available that can help you on your journey, but just know you can do this. You can connect to your friends and family. They can give you beautiful evidence that they are still with you. They can give you beautiful evidence in everyday life that they're helping you and guiding you, just like my dad did. Now, I would love to hear your stories. I want you to put in the comments, give me a story about mediumship or something that was weird, something that you thought was cool, something that came in, a friend or a family member, that something happened after they passed away, maybe you can't explain. I would love to hear your stories about your friends and family in spirit, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.